There are certain one-of-a-kind events that occur throughout human history that lead to incredible and rapid changes in the world around them that will only ever occur once and never again occur for future generations. This leads to priceless historic moments, revolutionary new ideas, and even the construction of a new framework of ideals and practices. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be going over 5 different things that will only happen once in your lifetime, never to be seen or experienced by anyone ever again. The beginning of the age of space. Although many remark that the age of information has been one of the greatest economic booms since the discovery of the New World and the development of colonization, there are many others of whom believe that the advancements of pioneers of exploration are only just beginning, and that the first few decades should see an explosion of resources, materials, land and economic development. This is due to the predictions economists give when analysing the incredible capacity of technological innovation and transportation when it comes to the development of spacecraft and space exploration. A single asteroid alone holds enough precious minerals to generate more than $1 trillion worth of gold, silver and platinum, and the current efforts being taken by SpaceX and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration are more than paving the way for efforts into colonization of the nearby red planet. Not only will these efforts lead to a boost in the production of industrial materials along with cheaper electronics equipment and resources necessary for creating such products, but the colonization of new land and sustainable ecosystems will more than pave the way for economic world powers to form and continue carrying the seed of human life across space. The advent of the age of space will be more than enough to become the major stepping stone of the economics of the future, while seeing a level of prosperity unprecedented in human history. Once it comes, such a boost will never again be seen in future generations to come, and given the fact that SpaceX expects to land a Martian colony by 2025, with NASA shortly to follow in 2030, this reality is more than expected to occur within our collective lifetimes. Interestingly enough, many different private organizations have already begun designing and constructing deep space technologies to begin areas of asteroid mining and collecting deep space resources. The push towards globalization. One of the biggest struggles of the modern day involves the push of the ideals of globalization and the lack of regulation pertaining to the world economy. This leads many well-developed countries taking the majority of economic hits as third world and lesser developed countries attempt to catch up in their modern-day industrial revolutions. While other countries are still struggling with the concepts of labour laws, workers' rights, minimum and raising their standards of living, this leaves many in countries such as that as the United Kingdom, the United States, Japan and Russia taking the full force of companies and organisations destroying local economies by moving away from these developed countries to lesser developed countries for the temporary free and cheaper labour. It will take several decades for many of these lesser developed countries to catch up with these standards and practices, and so like a pitcher of water being poured into the cups of other countries, we see the major changes in agriculture and industry as it experiences the growing pains of globalization. This means that the time we are currently experiencing, though it might be bad, will definitely be the last time the world will ever have to experience these pains, and that over the next few decades, when standards of living and extreme poverty is nearly eradicated from the world, we will better be able to experience freedoms in industry and marketing. This once-in-a-lifetime event will be the major deciding factor of the nature of the world in the future, and will lay the groundwork for all of the world's economy in the coming years, leading many countries to experience political and industrial revolutions, rising standards in the rights of workers, a large and immediate drop in extreme poverty, crime and abuse, along with the growth in economic power of the entire world and work output. As countries continue building higher levels of infrastructure, We will also see an incredible boost in the output of scientific research and studies, along with an exponential growth in technological innovation. The technological innovation to solve global warming. Although there has been an overwhelming debate when it comes to the science of global warming, it appears that the answer to the problem is still yet to come. Although many believe that the problem of global warming could be solved by reducing emissions of CO2, there is an abundance of evidence that this will not alter the changes in the slightest. A good analogy of global warming is imagining a car driving towards a cliff. Slowing down the car does not prevent it from flying off the edge. In fact, the main effects of global warming today are caused by runaway compounding factors. More heat introduces more water vapor in the air, which traps more heat and leads to more water vapor, and so on. Another factor is that of the melting polar ice caps. The white snow helped to reflect a lot of the sun's heat, but with the shrinking ice caps due to additional heat, the less white snow there is to reflect the sun's light in turn creates more trapped heat and even less snow. In fact, the biggest players of global warming involves an introduction of methane from natural living organisms, a natural heat trend, increased water vapors, and melting polar ice caps. This means that if we want to solve the problem of global warming, we will need to come up with a technological innovation in order to not only get everyone off of the use of greenhouse gases, but to also create heat sinks in the atmosphere to artificially cool our planet. Given the fact that if we don't act soon, there will be an overwhelming problem within our generation, we will most likely see the introduction of this technology within our lifetime. The global asteroid impact of 2099. Back in 2004, a potentially world-shattering asteroid known as 2002 NT7 was discovered that many scientists predicted would quite possibly strike the Earth in 2019, with a 1 out of 100,000 chance of probability. Although that might not seem like a very accurate estimate, it does put the chance of an asteroid collision with Earth higher than it has ever previously been. Good news for us is that new estimates from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration found that not only would the asteroid not be colliding with us this year, but that it would be sailing past us at a distance that's more than 100 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon. Unfortunately, this does not bode well for the future, however, as estimates from the updated orbit of the asteroid found that the large body will return in the year 2099, with a slightly altered collision course that sets it right in the path of Earth. This could very well mean that we will see the end of life on our planet as we know it within our collective lifetimes, and that we may all still be here when the end slowly arrives. Luckily, NASA is already working and designing a world-saving device that can be launched into space with the aid of nuclear technology to attempt to push the asteroid away from the Earth with enough force to make sure that it never gets set on a collision course against our planet for the foreseeable future. Only time will tell what answers save us from this terrible world-ending event, but hopefully it will be more than enough to ensure that we as a species can continue going on long past the year 2099. The technological singularity of 2045. Possibly one of the scariest and potentially world-ending events that is more than destined to occur within our collective lifetimes is that of the advent of the technological singularity and the development of an artificial superintelligence that will become self-aware and begin to think for itself and make its own decisions. Though the median value for the advent of artificial general intelligence is predicted to occur by 2040, most accurate predictions place the advent of the technological singularity shortly after that, which will theoretically occur in 2045. The technological singularity is a theorized idea that consists of the creation of advanced artificial intelligences that, by following the growth of computational power as in relation with Moore's law, will work to create even more superior intelligences until technology reaches a constant rate of discovery and breakthrough in such a short span of time that humanity will see incredibly rapid technological changes that could very well change the fabric of the universe itself. This could very well mean that by the year 2045, we could reach this technological singularity and be a part of a rapid progress previously unimagined. Though many are open with optimism to the idea, others fear that the potential of destruction it could carry could mean the end of human life as we know it. If artificial intelligence were to gain self-awareness with this explosion in processing power, they could very easily learn to replace us and annihilate us altogether. Though no one is certain as to what will become of us, many experts fear that by 2045 we will be well aware of these changes, but that by this point any further action would be far too late. But what do you all think of these one-of-a-kind lifetime events that will not only help to redefine the nature of our world, but will definitely be some of the most unpredicted events in human history, of which will never occur again? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.